Hi everyone, Terry Simons here. I'm the Chief Executive of Berry Street Yooralla. Great to be sharing another broadcast with you today. This one's kind of a special edition for staff on the Yooralla disability side related to the Enterprise Bargaining Agreement, which is now under negotiation again. Before I get into that, I just want to, as always, acknowledge that we're living, working and playing on unceded Aboriginal lands, and I'm coming to you today from the lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. And I want to pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and any First Nation staff that are picking up this broadcast. So we have recently commenced bargaining or negotiations for a new enterprise agreement for disability support workers within Berry Street Yooralla. This is a process that comes around every few years. As you probably know, conditions and wages in our sector and every sector are governed by awards for different industries. But on top of those awards, there are local enterprise agreements which employers strike with their workforce to provide extra detail around salary or conditions that might be different to the underlying award. Yooralla's had one of these for a long time, and every few years we have to renegotiate it, update it, and that requires conversations between both sides. That is between the employer and the workforce. So we're in that moment now. Bargaining opened again at the beginning of the year. Hopefully you have received some emails and newsletters from us letting you know that we're in that process. We have met with the unions that represent the workforce, and now we'll start a rhythm of regular conversations to understand what everybody wants to achieve through the bargaining process and then work out a way to come to an agreement. It won't necessarily be a quick process. It certainly won't take weeks, it'll take months. How many months, we don't know. Depends how much agreement there is. It'll include regular conversations with the unions. I said we've met with them already. There'll be regular bargaining meetings with them. And we also want the whole workforce to influence the process. Working through the union is one way to do that. So if you're a member of the union, please do take the opportunity to make sure the union knows what you think, because they get regular opportunities to work with us in the process. But it's not the only way to influence the process. We'll hold a series of meetings with the workforce where you can come along, hear what we're thinking about the enterprise agreement, and you tell us what you're thinking about it. So there are also opportunities. There'll be a survey. If you get the survey, please do fill it out. We're keen to hear as many views as possible about what's working and not working in terms of current arrangements. And then we'll give you updates from time to time on where things are at. If you've got any questions or concerns about the process, please do reach out. If you want to be directly involved in negotiations, please have a chat to your manager. If you've got other questions, there'll be published email addresses for you to reach in with questions, and there'll be a part of our website available for you to get regular updates and information. So that's really all I want to say about the process. The last thing I want to do is just talk about the context for this. I don't think I need to tell you that the NDIS has become a pretty tough operating environment nationally. There's a lot of talk about how to make the scheme more financially sustainable, and that's going to bring a lot of challenges for organisations like ours. But we're really clear that the financial sustainability of the scheme is not going to come at the expense of the workforce or your conditions and wages. So in this process, you won't go backwards in terms of what you've got, and there's legislative guarantees around that, and we'll be trying to make sure that we get arrangements that allow the organisation to be sustainable. The agreement's got to be affordable, but it's also got to be fair and properly remunerate our workforce for the fantastic work that you do. So that might be obvious, but they're kind of the context in which we're operating as we do these negotiations. That's all from me. Look forward to your contributions through the process. It's an important part of us working together. And thanks again for everything that you do. Have a fantastic day and week.